Yes Have Some podcast is brought to you by Carnivorous Creations, your one-stop shop for all of your proton pack building needs. If you're in the market for a proton pack, head to carnivorouscreations.com. That's carnivorous with a K. You're going to find aluminum motherboards, resin parts, fiberglass shells, and a whole lot more. Find them on Facebook at Carnivorous Creations or head straight to carnivorouscreations.com, remember carnivorous with a K, and get started on an authentic, screen-accurate proton pack.
Everything's under control. Situation normal.
I don't want to grow up. Do you want some?
Jurassic Park. Now playing the PS7.
Ecto goggles with Ecto Buffer. Neutron blaster and water zapper. Each sold separately.
From the corner penthouse of Spook Central all the way to Star Killer Base, this is Yes Have Some podcast.
Do I? Yes, have some. Yes, have some.
You know, they told me you people were conceited douchebags.
The only place in the multiverse where you can love the book, hate the movie, but still buy all the toys.
I'm afraid you're just too darn loud.
I'm not looking for a friend. I'm looking for a Jedi Master.
What?
Please remember to hold on to your butts and get ready to get stressed. With your hosts, Craig Goldberg, Abigail Gardner, and Jacob Walsh.
125? We're recording?
Yeah,
Every
our
episode
last
starts the same.
episode was... Oh, this is a different notebook. Shit.
It's fine. It's on the internet. We can figure it
I
out.
think it's 125.
We'll
Because
go with-
124 was the last one.
Oh, that's how it works. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Yes Have Some podcast. My name is Craig Goldberg. Apparently, it's episode 125.
Yes. It says that in my email that you sent me, episode 125.
Yeah,
so-
but I don't know what it is. That's like being like...
You were just guessing?
Yeah, I was just guessing.
You were right.
You're using my factual, my guesses as fact.
It's a fact.
All right. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
We just recorded a bonus episode. I don't want to lie. I don't want to pretend like we're just talking to each other for the first time tonight.
It felt like the first time.
Well,
In a good
we've
way.
already done a whole episode.
We already did a whole episode.
So you guys know.
That's going to be for our Patreon. If you're wanting to get in on any of our Patreon action, you're going to want to go to patreon.com/yeshavesome, but you already knew that. Thank you so much for joining us this week. Jake, you know what? Even though we just recorded, I never asked you how you were doing. How
You
are you?
didn't?
No, I meant to.
I was wondering the whole time.
Man, I'm doing pretty good now. Like, I was probably doing better, and then when you didn't ask me, I was probably like, oh, okay.
Started doing worse.
This is where this is going. Yeah, started going downhill.
It's a fluctuation.
We don't even talk anymore.
What's that?
don't
Boys to
know,
Men? I like
but
that.
yeah.
I like that. Is that a soundtrack?
Soundtracks.
Jake, what did I've been asking this every week, but it's led to really good conversation. So maybe this just needs to be a new segment. YHS is What'd You Buy? Hey Jake. Hey Jake.
What'd you get?
What'd you buy?
Yeah.
What did you buy?
What did I buy? Holy shit.
Hey, what did you buy?
Didn't you?
Have you ever
Yes.
gotten onto eBay,
All the time.
gone to your section of like offers, bids and offers?
Yeah.
And then realize like, oh, cool. I hope some of these offers don't get.
Yeah. I hope they say
Exactly.
no.
Yeah, you realize that you've put in like way too many offers on things. For the last week, I have been buying just tons of like Jurassic Park stuff.
Yeah.
We've talked on the show before about how I have a hard time like focus collecting, and
Yeah.
I don't have any like full. Or I don't have many like full runs of a toy line. I'll buy things here and there, then I'll buy something else or a different thing. And ever since we got back from Bobby 80's place and seeing those shelves, and then I got a couple of those IKEA shelves, put my Godzilla stuff in it, and it looks so good. I got the lights up. It just looks so good that I'm like, well, I got to do everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Can't stop
I
now.
was looking.
I'm going to confirm
Yeah.
that it does look good. I saw pictures.
Thank you. And I was like, okay, well, what's next on my shelf besides the Godzilla stuff? And the next shelf has a bunch of Jurassic Park stuff on it. And you've been you've been buying some stuff and sending me pictures, and I'm like, man, those figures look great, and those shells. I need to step up my Jurassic Park game. So I have 4 more DTOF shelves coming, and
Oh my god!
What?
I have to.
Are you doing
I
a
have to
DTOF
step it
reveal
up.
party?
I'm gonna, yeah.
Ooh, a
everyone
DTOF
else come over
party.
to help me put them together. But yeah,
I
over
like
the last
that.
couple days, I have bought. I already own a few of like the human figures from the original Jurassic Park line, and I had to. I took them all down and had to go through them because some of them I wasn't quite sure what was what. I thought I had an Ian Malcolm from the first movie, and then I realized it was from Lost World, and I was like, all right, well, I got to buy that. I had to buy an Ellie. I've bought a ton. You know what? Right as we were starting our last episode that we recorded, I bought a set of unused McDonald's French fry holders that are Jurassic Park from when Jurassic Park came out.
Oh my god!
I've just been buying random Jurassic Park shit because I know that's the first, like, as soon as those DTOFs come in, like, that's what's happening.
Dude, those fry holders are gonna look
I
good.
love it.
I'm barging. Yeah, it's a
Dude,
barge.
Barge hard, barge on.
We need to come up with a barge shirt.
Oh yeah.
Because I think like it's become to barge is to be a fan of YHS, to be a listener, to understand when you're down to your last couple $100,
You got a
and
barge.
you pull out that credit card and you're just like, fuck it, I'm buying these French fry holders or whatever it ends up being.
Yeah.
I think it's like something that like people don't understand it, but our people,
Yeah.
the YHS universe, the listeners.
It's a form of self-care. I think it's important. I think it's a very valuable part of our lives.
Jake, is there anything better than like looking up like a Jurassic Park checklist and like piecing together all the accessories? What do you have? What do you need? Because I used to kind of be like, whatever, I don't know what I have. But lately, like today, I got a package in the mail. Abby, do you want to reach for it real quick?
Mm-hmm.
It's that tiny plastic thing by the firehouse. The little bag.
Oh, I don't know if I can. I'm going to have to take off.
Okay, she's going to grab it. This package came in the mail, and I was very excited today. I'm holding it right now. I just wanted to hold it while I talked about it. You know what I'm holding, Jake?
I don't even know what you're holding.
It's the gun only for the Super Fright Features Egon figure. I don't even have the figure, but I bought the gun.
Yep.
Dude, that's amazing. Dude, yeah, I've been thinking about, like, I found if you get on eBay, you can find a bunch of like miscellaneous parts for the Jurassic Park compound.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sitting here like, oh, is it cheaper if I just buy all of these in parts and put it together myself instead of like...
Whoa.
Jake, if you put together, like, how do you display that compound? It's so big.
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
Get it.
I figured it... Well, I figured if you got a couple DTOFs together, maybe you could put it on the top.
Huh.
I'm not sure.
Maybe. I just
really
feel like the way the gate comes out, it's pretty big. You might...
It is, yeah.
Are we talking custom shelves? Have we even gotten to that
Could be
place?
display case territory. Well, listen, we'll cross that bridge once we get there.
It's happening soon.
If you build it.
I have figured out, like, I've already been trying to think. I almost pulled out, like, Photoshop and started putting, like, I almost was like, am I going to find pictures online of all the Jurassic Park stuff I have so I can go ahead and figure out how it's going to sit in my DTOF shelves when they get here?
Oh my God. You're on one.
I'm gone. Yeah, it's gone, dude.
Yep.
I was looking at my my eBay my offers, and I have offers on like an Explorer, here's a Jeep, here's Series 2 Ellie Sattler, here's a lot, of 6 different figures, just like tons of just Jurassic Park stuff. Like I'm all in right now.
But you know what? I respect it.
I do too.
I like it.
I also like that you're upping your Jurassic Park and Godzilla collection, because we did see Bobby 80's house and he had a really great collection of all sorts of things, but he didn't have as much Godzilla or Jurassic Park. So I think you're doing the right thing, Jake. I think you're doing the right thing.
It's also partly Craig's fault because you've been really upping your real Ghostbusters collection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every time you send me a picture, I'm like, oh yeah, well fuck you, Craig. I'm gonna go buy this.
No, Jake's turning it into psychological warfare. He It's like 1 a.m. and Jake is just sending me links to Mattel Ghostbusters prototypes. You're like, Jake, you were like, hey, it's not that bad of a price. I was like, it's $90. You're right, I'll buy it.
Oh my god.
You know what? I almost thought about buying the Ray because he was much cheaper. The Ray was like, I want to say he was like $50.
Right.
That night I was just doing like a prototype thing. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna kind of see what kind of prototypes I can find, and I was surprised to see the prices on those Ghostbuster prototypes compared to some of the other stuff I saw. They were cheap.
Not so bad.
Pretty reasonable, yeah.
Hey, did you buy those?
No, but
not a real fan. I got it.
Cool. No, but he did buy Egon's gun.
I did buy I did get the Super Fright Features Egon Spangler gun. And yeah, I've been actively trying to piece together and at least get the real Ghostbusters stuff in more of like just trying to get it going.
Yeah.
Instead of having 1 or 2 from each different series, I'm like, okay, I've completed the Fright Features line. I now have all 5. I should say we.
Yeah,
the podcast. Yes, have some. As collectively has.
Thanks, patrons.
Thank you.
JK, love you.
I've got the 5 Fright Features figures, complete in very nice condition, with guns and with ghosts. So I'm happy about that. And I've got, with the Super Fright Features, I've got a couple more coming. And so like I'm kind of piecing it all together. Now, listen to this one. This can be my stress, I guess. Can I just go into it?
This is stress.
Do it.
This is part of it. So I want the original line, right? The original 4 Ghostbusters with packs and ghosts. I don't have any. I have a couple of the ghosts, but I was like, okay. I've been actively looking on eBay over and over and over. They go for a lot these days, and they're not getting cheaper. So finally, I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to just piece these together one by one instead of buying the whole set. So I finally found a good deal on a complete Ray with gun and ghost. The pack was intact and everything, and I bought it. I don't know. I think I spent $33 or something like that. So not too bad.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
No.
But then a couple days ago, I get a message from Instagram user. I think he listens to the show. He's in Teenage Mutant Ninja Ghostbuster, who he's got a great collection. He sells a lot of stuff. It's a really good IG follow. So follow Teenage Mutant Ninja Ghostbuster. I think that's his name.
Yeah, I think so.
And lots of real Ghostbuster stuff. I think he actually, Bobby 80s, his Bobby 80s Holy Grail real Ghostbusters item that he doesn't have is the ectoplasm cardboard display shelf from the stores.
Okay.
And I think this guy has it.
Oh, shit.
I think there could be a little bit of a rivalry.
Are they going to fight?
I'd love to see that.
I like that.
But anyways, he hit me up because he knew that I was looking for it. And he had the collection. He had all 4 with packs and ghosts. And I made him an offer of $100 and he accepted it. But it's awesome because now I'm going to sell this Ray and recoup some of my money back.
Oh, that's a good idea, yeah.
But none of that's my stress. Here's my stress. I opened up the Ray figure today, and there's this piece of paper in there, and it looks like money. And it's like a fake $1 million bill.
Okay.
That has a weird picture of Luke Skywalker on the front.
Okay.
And I was like, well, this is weird. I was like, oh, this must be this guy's like eBay store business card or something like that. But then I turned it around, and not to go into too much detail, but according to the back of this fake $1 million bill, I'm going to hell.
Okay.
It was one of those.
Gotcha.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
It says, here's the $1 million question. Will you go to heaven when you die? And I was like, fuck, I was just wondering that recently.
How's Luke Skywalker going to
I don't know what Luke Skywalker... Maybe it's not Luke Skywalker. What is that?
Him. Was that from the listener?
No, this is just from some guy on eBay.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Gotcha. So we can talk shit on it. That's fucking weird.
It says, whoever looks at... This is what it says. Whoever looks at a woman to lust for her has already committed adultery with her in his heart.
Oh, this is the Bible.
Oh, this is from the Bible?
That's from the Bible.
Jake, they sent me a piece of the Bible with my Ray figure.
Jesus.
All right,
That's what they're getting at. Jesus.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyways, so I'm selling that one.
Cool.
I'll keep the other one.
Good.
Well, actually, I don't know.
Wait. Are you going to put that dollar thing back in there?
Yeah, I'm going to pay it forward.
Yeah, he's going to leave it to an unfortunate server.
Now, I've got a collection of these. I've got one at my job that was given to me outside of a football game, and it says "Get out of hell" free card, and it looks like.
Well then you're all set. Just keep that with you all the time.
It looks like the Monopoly card, and I keep it on my screen at work.
Oh, it's good. Just in case.
Just in case. I need
You
to get
never
out of
know.
hell. Well, cool. Let's do some stress. That won't be my real stress. I just want to tell that story real quick. But we can do this kind of quickly because tonight we're talking about.
Yes. Tie-ins. I had to look at my face.
Yes.
Yes. Have some tie-ins.
We're talking about our favorite movie products, specifically promotional items and merchandise tied to movies that we just find funny. Things that we're like, I can't believe this exists. And from looking at these lists, also, I want all of it.
Yeah.
Like, I want 100% of it. So we're going to get that in a second. But let's do some stress.
You look a little stressed.
Is this some radical new therapy?
Why don't you do something with your life? You want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yes.
Yeah,
You ready?
I'm ready. We haven't
Dude,
done this
Jake's
in a long
stuff was
time.
stressful, so I'm all ready to go.
Jake's got 4 detox
Dude,
in the
I
mail.
also want us to podcast from our detox shelves, or a picture of me inside a detox shelf with both of you on the other side.
You could probably get in a detox shelf.
Cool. I think I could.
No,
I
we'd
was
have to take
sizing it up.
You take the shelves out, yeah.
Yeah, you take the shelves out.
Cool.
Kind of shimmy in.
Dude, oh, God. Put Abby on display in a detox.
Yeah.
That could be a shirt.
That's what I'm saying.
Abby in a
That's
detox.
a shirt.
Yeah.
All right, Abby.
Yeah.
Stress?
Yeah, I'm stressed about getting in this detox shelf. No, I am stressed. I have actual, real life stress. Guys, I don't know if you look at my Instagram stories, but I've been posting about it. I have fallen in love with a franchise that is 40 years old, I think. I just watched the Rocky movies. Not all of them. I still have a couple to finish, but fuck.
Tell the order you've been watching.
I went all out. I'm so scrambled with my order. I watched the original, okay, Rocky, and then I watched 2, and then I jumped to Creed, which fucking changed my life, and then I went back to 4, which is the one with the Russian, and then I went to 3, and tonight I'm gonna do 5.
Ooh, which is the worst one.
Which is the worst, so I can't wait.
Rocky 5 is hands down the worst.
Okay.
Which means you'll probably love it.
That's yeah, I'm really excited. Actually, thinking of the Rocky movies, I probably should have given them an honorable mention on our soundtrack bonus episode because the music to Rocky is incredible, and I really like to run to motivational music and the Rocky theme. I don't know how I've gone my entire life. I kind of knew it, but the bum 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 bum, I can't stop doing it. And as somebody who does enjoy running, I go to the park that in my neighborhood, go up the steps, and I fucking play the music.
2 straight episodes. Are you trying to tell us something?
I'm trying to tell you that.
All you do is brag about your running.
Yeah. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but I work out. Yeah, so I like to run, and I like good music, and also I like finding movies and franchises that were basically untapped for me, that I had absolutely no background on. I had no reason. I didn't really love Sylvester Stallone. My only background on Sylvester Stallone was that he was in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and he was very hard to understand. And I was like, oh, why can't you hear anything he's saying? I was like, oh, that's his thing in this movie. But I love Rocky Balboa. I thought it was extremely sweet. The first movie's very sweet and tragic and romantic and inspirational, and it obviously won a bunch of awards and was groundbreaking. But every single movie in the franchise thus far that I've watched out of order has completely held up, and the musical montage scenes are that's really why I'm there. And the last fight that I have it in me. I think I'm gonna be a prize fighter now is what I think it is. I'm hey guys, I feel like I could win money, and I'm asking for a punching bag for Christmas from Craig. I asked for a punching bag for Christmas when I was 14, so it's not out of character. I love the masculinity and the sweat and the music, and it's obviously those movies are from a time period that's nostalgic, and I didn't know I was gonna like them. It's kind of what it was. I watched it, I was caught off guard, and I was like, well, fuck, I want to keep watching them.
2 comments. 1, I love these movies, and I bought the steelbook that has all of them, so
That was a good choice.
So tight.
Good call.
2, there's a scene in the first movie where Rocky kind of is very persuasive in trying to. Does that scene hold up?
It doesn't really hold on with Adrian.
It's kind of uncomfortable.
But Adrian was actually a character that I was surprised by because I'd been growing up my whole life. I heard Yo Adrian. I had a best friend named Adrian in middle school, so I was always like, I don't even know who that is. But then when I saw the character Adrian, she's like, like mousy and wears glasses and works at the pet shop, and I don't know. She seems like she has major anxiety, and like something about their romance was like very, very sweet. And the fact that Rocky's just like a good person, and like I love all the side characters and like the thrown together family with Polly, and like especially with the way, just jumping to Creed, that movie was fucking incredible. It's very, very well done. Also, the soundtrack is like out of this world. I'm excited to see Creed 2. So I guess you could say my stress is that I'm not watching that movie in theaters right now. I feel like I should.
Burgess Meredith plays Mickey, who he was the Penguin in the original
he's so good.
Batman, and he's great.
Yeah, he's great.
I have a feeling Jake has a different opinion of Rocky.
Jake?
Well, I've only seen the first one. Mm-hmm. I didn't hate it, but I just didn't like. I feel like Rocky's one of those movies that like it felt very built up to me. So I think maybe when I watched it, I was like, oh, well, this was fine. I didn't have the kind of reaction like Abby did. I would continue watching them.
You know what though?
But it wasn't like I didn't feel the need.
It's really hard, and I think a lot of people can relate to this. When you have a movie or a series of movies that you've kind of heard about your entire life and you finally watch it, very rarely, like, we need to have, like, I know, like, I've only seen the first two Godfathers, and I know you guys haven't seen any of them, and I haven't seen them in, like, 20 years. What if what if that was Yes Have Some's take? Our hottest take of all time.
We Godfather.
Like Godfather movies suck. Those movies suck.
So what?
Man,
so what?
Maybe that's why I haven't watched them yet. I'm scared I'm gonna hate it.
just be like disrespected.
Like, wait, alternate universe where Jake never saw Jaws and finally watches it for the first time this year?
Whoa. Would you do that? Like, to fall in love all over again? Like, if you could,
I would do that with Shark Tank. Like, if you could.
We were talking about that. If you could wipe all the
hold
Shark
on.
Tanks.
If there was an experimental surgery that removed the part of my brain that it just reset all of Shark Tank, I would do it. I'd be like, that's all. Could you imagine?
But then you'd have to quit your job so that you could watch them all because it takes.
I would do it.
Okay.
I love it. Okay. Anyways,
it's a good investment.
Well, that's some good stress. I like.
Yeah,
that.
brain
like
wiping.
That.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's definitely.
Yeah, that was good.
Cool, y'all.
Jake,
you stressed?
Yeah. No surprise here. My stress is eBay related.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
buying stuff in your sleep again?
Jake, I've got eBay stress too, but we'll let you go first.
Yeah, go.
Okay. I have two different things that have happened. So like, eBay is like one of those things where, it's just like anything else. You got to check like ratings. You got to, I feel like there should maybe be a test or something before people are allowed to use eBay. I made a
like a competency.
Somebody had a figure up, and they had a buy it now price, mm-hmm. and they also had a or best offer. So I sent over a best offer, and they counter offered. But their counter offer was for more than their buy it now price.
No.
By a lot, by like $8 or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? So I countered again, and I was like, hey, you're trying to make me pay more than what you have it listed for. And then they fucking went and changed their listing and raised the price of the figure.
So, Jake, I can't believe I was having this discussion with a buddy of mine recently. He had something kind of even more stressful. You ready for this?
Yeah.
He made an offer, and the guy just blocked him.
What?
Why?
Because it's a thing in like eBay culture. If somebody is like insulted by how low your offer is, if they think you're low,
block. I love eBay culture.
I'm like, dude, get fucked.
I lowball people all the time because sometimes you never know. Like sometimes it's just people putting stuff up that they're not always collectors, or they're not always trying to get a lot of money from you. So on those best offers, I always kind of start kind of low with those.
Of course, that's called a negotiation. But why do people? You know what drives me crazy when you make an offer and they don't counter offer; they just decline it.
Decline it. You know what? I'm gonna start blocking those people. I didn't know you could block people on eBay.
I'm just gonna block people. Not even people I'm interacting with. I think it feels good. Just something I want to do. Yes.
You're just gonna look up names you don't like.
Don't like it. It's not funny. Not a funny handle.
I remember this is eBay related. It's just a funny story about Abby. One time, it was like 8 years ago. Abby didn't have an eBay account, and like she made the decision that she was going to start collecting G1 My Little Ponies from the 80s, and we make these kinds of proclamations all the time.
Yeah,
but I remember I came home and Abby's like, I just spent $90 on 2 My Little Ponies. I was like, what?
Yeah.
But they were cool.
They were pretty cool.
You didn't get blocked either.
No blocks.
No, I didn't. Or you didn't. Listen, that was my warm up. I ordered a print on eBay. I actually ordered this print, I think, while we were doing commentaries a few weeks ago.
Is anybody noticing a running theme that Jake does most of his shopping?
I ordered a print. It was a Stephen King's It print. There's a company that puts out like portfolios, and it's like you buy the portfolio. It comes with like, I don't know, 20 pieces of art, like they're all the same size, they're all by the same artist or the same few artists, and I own like the Shining portfolio that they put out, but the It portfolio came out a long time ago. It's very hard to get a hold of. The copy of the book is very like rare and expensive, but you can find people selling like the individual prints here and there, and I found one. I liked it. I fucking bought it. It came in, and it's clearly not real. Like, it came in. I opened it up, and it was funny because like a couple of the people I work with were like kind of standing around. They were like, "Oh, what'd you get?" And they knew it was a print because I buy prints all the time. And they're standing, and they're like, "Oh, that's cool." And I'm just like, in my head, I'm having like a meltdown because it's like, to me, it is very clearly just printed on like a regular piece of paper. It was like flimsy. The colors looked really bad. It was like really dark. You couldn't see. I was like, this is a fucking just piece of paper. This is printed out. This is what is this? So I ended up like, I sent the guy a message and I was like, hey, I don't think this is real. I want to, like, can I send this back? And they were a fucking asshole about it. And it turned into like almost like a little war. They were like, well, I'm going to contact eBay and I'm going to tell them that this is real. And I was like, man, I collect prints. I have some of these. Like, this is not real. Like, there's nothing you can say to tell me that, like, even if you believe it's real, it's not. And they were just like, they were like being harsh about it. So I had to like open up an eBay fucking thing so I can get a return on it. And it ended up going through, and eBay took my side, and I returned it, and I got my money back for it. But God.
Well, good. You did the right thing.
Good.
It's so stressful though, ordering something like that and then it coming in and it just being a fake. Like, obviously a fake.
Yeah, but at least they took your side.
It's got like Bozo on it. Bozo's dead, man. I'm sorry you had to go through that, Jake, but you got the refund?
I did.
There
Good,
you
dude.
go. Very good.
Way to get what you needed.
Dude,
yeah.
eBay stress is real.
For real.
Jake, what else?
That's it, man.
That's it.
eBay. That's it. That's the stress.
I feel you.
We'll have to play the Weird Al Bought It on eBay song. My stress is pretty straightforward. It's 2-part stress. First part, trying to buy these Hateful Eight figures on eBay. And these people are not budging with my offers. A lot of declines.
Any blockers?
No blockers. But it's like you got it up for $230 your best offer, and I offer like $175, and they're like, decline. I'm like, dude, so what do you want? $240?
Yeah, that's so close.
It's so close. That'll be an ongoing stress for me. But that's not my real stress. My real stress is that I am a tiki man now.
Oh.
I've never owned a tiki mug. I've considered it a lot in my life. Mondo's put out a lot. I never pulled the trigger. But then ThinkGeek had a sale on all their tiki mugs for Black Friday.
Geeky tikis?
They're geeky tikis.
Geeky tikis.
Which I would have been hesitant about, but I had seen them in person before, and they do look really good.
They're cute, yeah.
They usually retail for $20 a piece. They were on sale for $2.50, which is very cheap for anything. There's nothing I wouldn't buy for $2.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm not even like a tiki person. When you said that, I was like, I'm buying them all.
Shit, yeah.
I didn't, but...
You're about to be.
I got 5 Star Wars tikis in a garden. So I got R2-D2, C-3PO, Jawa, Tusken Raider, and Wicket, and then I got Baby Groot.
Yeah. The other galaxy. I'm looking at the picture right now. It's on our Instagram. They do look great.
They look really good. So with shipping, total was $30 for 6 tiki mugs. So I think I made it out like a bandit, or made out like a bandit.
Yeah.
I made out with a bandit. Now I checked today; they're still on sale, but they're up to $10 now. They're not $2.50 anymore. Mm-hmm. But my stress was twofold. A, now I really want a couple of those Mondo tikis I missed out on. Mm-hmm. Specifically, the Designer Con exclusive Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, because it's awesome.
Yeah.
But also, they sent the package today to our old house, and I got really stressed. When
Dude, you told me you thought somebody swiped it.
I looked on the tracking and it said delivered Monday, and I was like, oh good, it was delivered Monday. Monday? Today's Wednesday. But I ended up tracking it.
Dude, imagine how bummed out if somebody had stolen that, how bummed out they would be to open it.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck reselling my geeky tikis.
My geeky tikis.
No, they do look really, really good. I'm really excited about them. And like, I've actually had this little idea. Like, none of us drink, you know? Mm-hmm. But it would be cool to get a little tiki bar set up with like, I don't know, fruit punches and stuff.
Yeah. Like a soda fountain?
I just want to put something in these tikis.
Dude, yes. We get like a Pepsi machine or something. Soda? Something. Like a spigot.
And
that'd be great.
Yeah.
And we know a lot of people that collect tiki stuff. And I remember our buddy Patrick.
He's got a tiki bar.
Patrick and Joy, they're big into tiki culture. And I sent him the link. He was like, why did you do this to me?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a tiki person now, and I'm gonna start wearing Hawaiian shirts, and I'll probably just move to Hawaii, and you'll never see me again. It'll just be me and my geeky tikis in a suitcase. But I'm excited, and there's been a lot of Mondo tikis that I've passed up on. The alien ones look really good, and various other ones. I know there's a Jaws one out there too.
Yeah, there's a little Salacious Crumb one that's at ThinkGeek. That's the one I want. Is it ThinkGeek?
Yeah. Oh, they didn't have that one on sale.
It wasn't available. We should go buy it, though.
I love Salacious Crumb.
Me too. It's my favorite.
All right.
Cool.
Well, that was some good
You guys are going to have
stress.
to get a shelf for those.
Well, that's what I'm thinking about.
We need a bar.
I'm going to build a bar. Not build a bar. I'm going to order a bar. I'm going to barge on a bar.
Cool.
A bar,
Jake, wouldn't it be cool?
Bar.
Jake, you come over, you sit on the stool, I pour you
like a root beer or something?
root beer or ginger ale?
Yes, Have needs to open a bar, a non-alcoholic bar.
What would it be called?
The Barge.
The Barge Bar?
The Barge.
The Barge Bar. Yeah,
Barge
the bar.
bar.
That's good.
Dude,
the Barge.
Just the Barge.
And the Jabba the Hutt's the manager.
Wow. See, that's a little stretch. I was already thinking of like storefronts here to pick, but I don't know about Jabba. We'll see.
Cool.
Oh, I get that. That's good. That's good.
Well, cool. So before we move on to our little bit of discussion here that we are having tonight about movie tie-ins and movie merchandise, we wanted to tell everybody, we've been talking about it the last couple weeks, about the brand new book, How to Pick Up Women with a Drunk Space Ninja, which I am officially starting. I've got a little bit of time to myself coming up.
Holiday break.
I'm going to read the books, and I'm going to enjoy them as everybody else is. This book, How to Pick Up Women with a Drunk Space Ninja, it is book 1 in a 3-part series, The Adventures of Duke LaGrange. And I saw the author, Jay Key, who's a YHS listener. It was charting on Amazon last week in the categories for sci-fi, and people are really enjoying it. So if you want to pick up a really good stocking stuffer for the family and support the YHS universe.
If you've got an upcoming vacation with your family and you don't want to spend time with them, get this book.
Listen, the best way to avoid your family, reading this book and listening to the podcast. It's because people will be like, oh,
we're
look,
here to help you.
They won't judge you. They'll be like, oh, look, he's cultured. He's reading a book. So the debut book, Jay Key, he's a first-time novelist. It's a 3-part series, The Adventures of Duke Lagrange, How to Pick Up Women with a Drunk Space Ninja. It is for goofy, grown-up pulp readers and sci-fi geeks. It's as much fun as a pan-galactic gargle blaster. That is a quote from Frank R. Soudine. It's available now on Amazon, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, and basically anywhere that you can buy a book, and it's exclusively available as an ebook for Kindle. Now, have you guys ever read an ebook?
No, I like regular books.
You like the real thing?
I like to smell it, touch it, feel it.
You can't smell a Kindle. But it's awesome. I've been talking about it for the last couple weeks. It's great to see our listeners doing awesome stuff, following their dreams. And one thing I like about Jay's a big dinosaur guy. We've talked a little bit about dinosaurs, and he feels about Sam Neill the way that we feel about Sam Neill.
Yeah.
And a lot of respect there. Now, thank you, everybody. We are now going to be moving on to something that I've been looking forward to all day, and that is the YHS. I don't know what we're calling this.
Movie tie-in.
Movie tie-ins.
Just movie tie-in.
Movie mashes. Movie mashups.
Yeah.
We kind of have this idea. We're all collectors. We all love movies. And we specifically love weird...
crossover promotional movie merchandise.
I mean, yeah, anything that has to do... Like, it's kind of like we just recorded this episode about soundtracks. Sometimes you're just listening to the soundtrack to the movie, even if the songs aren't great, but you just love the movie and you want. So a lot of the times, the stuff isn't really great stuff, but you throw a Godzilla logo on it and it becomes something that you have to have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
it's just a plastic cup until it's got a movie poster on it.
Jake, do you own any movie crossover merch that you're specifically excited about?
I mean, I one thing that I always liked was like the McDonald's cups, you know, or the I have some of the old like Godzilla 98 Taco Bell cups, and just I have like a Godzilla toothbrush holder. There's all kinds of like weird. You remember like koosh balls?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I have like a Godzilla koosh ball and a Beanie Baby, like all these weird little like stuff that you're like, why is this made? I have a Godzilla Tamagotchi. Like what? Why do those even exist? I own one. Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, I want that. I want that Tamagotchi.
I wonder if it still works.
It probably doesn't. I was so bad at Tamagotchis. Like, mine always died. Abby, you had one recently.
I carried around a dead one on my keychain for a long time. And I was like, this is depressing. I threw it off like a week ago. So, good for me.
Yeah, Jake, you probably have more... This was not a specific category that interested me too much until the last couple of years. But I don't have a whole... Like, listen, you could consider toys... Like, technically, toys are tie-in merchandise because they're specifically... made. Listen, they didn't make Wild Wild West toys because they thought it was the greatest idea in the world. They were trying to drive ticket sales.
Yeah.
So obviously a lot of toys. I think the one thing that we have that really comes to mind in our collection is these Guardians of the Galaxy.
You're doing my favorite personal item?
Well, you can talk about it.
Yeah. Well, we did a video for it, I think, when I got them. But
God, I didn't mean to steal your thunder.
Dude, don't steal it. The Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Doritos chips that have like that play the soundtrack and have headphones are one of my favorite things. And that's a prime example of like a weird B-side thing that's like an edible food crossover merchandise, which that's what I like. Like beyond that, we have a Batman 89 box of cereal and we have the Bill and Ted cereal, which those are great display pieces, but also just like it's weird to have it and you can kind of feel like you own a little store, and I really like having that.
I watched the commercial today for the Bill and Ted cereal, which I love that it got a commercial. And it's the animated Bill and Ted. Like, whoa, it's the most excellent cereal in the universe. And it's like, oh my God, this is so fantastic. Yeah. Could you imagine just being a kid like, Mom, store, now, Bill and Ted cereal. Yeah, I love those Doritos. I feel bad because I sold it. But the Back to the Future Pepsi Perfect from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
which they did for the anniversary. That's one of the coolest things ever. Like,
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was the way that you had to like.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't there like a limited release, and then they realized people wanted them, and
it
then
was kind of a disaster. Like they sold out really, really quickly.
Yeah,
was what happened. Yeah,
and they did.
I remember I had Ben, who works at the shop with me, also try to get one, so I could get two of them, and I was able to get two, but I think I sold the other one to a friend.
Yeah.
Who wasn't able to get one.
It was easy money.
Isn't that the best when like you see everybody on Facebook freaking out and complaining that they couldn't get something, and you're like, I got two.
Yeah. He got two. I think that kind of stuff, like promotional stuff, is always. I have like kind of a compulsion to get on eBay and look up promotional items for anything that we liked, you know, whether it's like you said, like something edible or cereal or like invitations or those things are fun. I don't know why.
Well, especially promo stuff, because if
party napkins,
if it's something that you couldn't buy, if it was only available for a limited time to a limited group of people, that just makes it feel like a little bit more special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a rare offbeat B-side treat thing. Like,
that's why like crew jackets, things like that, where it's like you got like, I don't know, a satin twister jacket.
Or the Ghostbusters 2 jacket that Jake purchased for himself and then gave to me, which I love.
No, you bought it.
Yeah.
There's no giving in this podcast.
Oh, you didn't give that to us. Okay.
You know, it's weird. Like we were just talking about at the beginning of the show what we've been buying, and I literally just said that I bought unused McDonald's Jurassic Park French fry holders. You know what I mean? So it's like that's kind of what we're, you know, talking about here.
Right, right. Hey Jake, how much were those?
Yeah,
they weren't very expensive. I think I paid like $10 for them.
Okay,
and it's 4 of them.
Dang. I love that.
Yeah, post a pic of that. I want to see.
What's interesting is I was doing research for this episode. Jurassic Park's movie tie-ins were all with McDonald's, but by the time Lost World came around, it was all with Burger King. So they moved on. Because remember, Lost World had the Burger King watches.
Yeah. I have one of those, yeah.
All right.
Cool.
I stated a fact. You guys want to?
Is that an upgrade or a downgrade to go to Burger King from McDonald's? I don't know.
I think it's a downgrade.
I think it's kind of a downgrade.
I mean,
but Burger King had some cool stuff. So,
yeah, they had Whoppers. They had the BK Kids Club. Yeah. I'm actually holding a box of Batman cereal right now. It's very bloated feeling. I feel like the cereal. What kind of cereal was this?
Do you think it gets like larger with time?
I don't know.
It explodes.
Something happened. But there's what's cool about a lot of these old cereal boxes and stuff is there's like the promotional stuff on the back. So this has a promo for a Batman hologram shirt. It says, get this cool Batman hologram t-shirt free with 3 proofs of purchase of Batman cereal, or for only $7 and 1 proof of purchase. That's pretty cheap, right?
I feel like that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Because how much was a box of cereal back then? Like $2? So you get a cool shirt for like $9.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember? Did you guys ever do any of that mail away stuff when you were kids?
Not really.
Not successfully, no.
Wish I would have.
So the thing is, like, it would take so long to get it, you would always forget. It'd be like, mail with 3 proofs of purchase and receive your item in 10 to 14 weeks.
I feel like I may have done that with My Little Pony, and it was one of those things where it's like almost a year later or something. You're like, oh, I don't even want this. I'm not even into these.
I hate horses now.
Exactly.
I have a Godzilla book that the only way you could have got it was there's like a Godzilla magazine that's like bi-monthly, and they had ads for it, like their company or whatever put it out, and the only way you could get it was if you did that like mail in. You had to buy it, but you had to like cut it out of the, you know, G-Fan magazine and send it in. And
I love that.
It's now like a pretty rare book. Like it goes for a good bit, but I ain't selling mine.
Well, cool. So I got this list here, and we all picked out some stuff. So I'm gonna pick out something right off the bat. This is food related. This is the Wayback Burger Answer the Call promotion. Now, if everybody remembers a little movie from 2016 called Ghostbusters, Answer the Call, there was a lot of merchandise, right? They did say what you want about the movie. They did a pretty good job with partnerships. In fact, I have a Papa John's box with a Ghostbusters logo on it in my closet right now.
Yeah, and I still have the ad for it on our refrigerator. So yeah.
So there you go. So remember, I bet in the build up to answer the call, I think we had these conversations like, who's going to be the fast food place that like gets the promotion? Will it be McDonald's, Burger King, Taco Bell,
Hardee's,
Dairy Queen? It was way back burgers. Yeah,
never even heard of
I know.
that.
There's only like
everybody
one.
Googles it.
There's one in the state of Georgia, and it's in like Brazelton, which is an hour north. And I kept meaning to go on a road trip to try this shit, but I never got my hands on the following 3 items: the Stay Puft Slime Milkshake,
which looks disgusting.
Which
it looks gross.
Fucking awful. It's like a white milkshake with marshmallows and, well, green slime. The Ghostbusting Burger, which...
Nondescript.
What about that burger is...
Jake, do you not see the Ghostbusting going on with that burger? There's so much Ghostbusting in progress.
Well, you could tell it's from Answer the Call because it's not really that good.
Not really that remarkable.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that was a burger, then you completely forget about it. And then there's
This is my favorite part of
the mac and cheese bites with ghost pepper sauce, but I'm just looking at this logo of the Ghostbusters logo holding the burger.
Holding a burger.
It is so dumb that I want it.
Yes.
If anybody out there,
all of that.
If anybody out there, no, I would not drink the Stay Puft Slime milkshake.
The only thing I would try out of all those is the ghost pepper sauce because I like that it has the no ghost in it. The way that the font is, I like that ghost pepper sauce.
So, if anybody has any of the advertisement pieces for the way back, and I guarantee somebody.
If anyone still has a Ghostbusting burger, then throw it away because that's gross.
A 3-year-old milkshake. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But what a weak ass partnership. Like we were like, dude, there's gonna be like Happy Meal toys. None of it. Nothing.
No toys. No Happy Meal toys.
No Happy Meal.
Except for those who live in Brazelton.
Sad
Georgia.
Meal toys is what they should have gave for them. Cool. Abby, you want to pick something off this list?
I mean, sure, yeah, you guys compiled this list. I loved looking through it. I like the X-Men Cyclops Oakleys.
Don't get me started.
Because like when I read the word Oakley, I'm still like, man, Oakleys are cool. I probably can't afford them because like they were such a big deal. And I also like that it's like if you were to buy these Oakleys, they were $599 at the time. I'm sure you get the Folkleys or the Jokeleys for $12.
Dude, Folkleys.
Do you guys remember Folkleys? Those like the knockoff ones.
Yeah.
Man, those are some fucking Folkleys. I love these because it's like it's part product tie-in, but it's also a screen accurate prop basically because it's like he wore them in the movie Cyclops.
Actually, I did some research.
Did he not wear them?
No, he did, and I wanted these more than anything. Imagine 13 or 14-year-old Craig going to see X-Men for the first time and going, dude, because I had a pair of Oakleys that I lost.
Okay.
Or I broke, or I hate something happened. But I begged my dad for Oakleys, and actually, that's another story for another time. But a kid got banned from coming to our house because my brother lost his Oakleys, and he didn't want to get in trouble, so he just blamed this kid in our neighborhood. But I think that kid ended up going to jail. Anyway,
enemy of the podcast.
He's a new enemy of the podcast. The kid. I wanted these Oakleys very badly, but I was doing some research today, and there's been a lot of discussion on, there's like when they put out sunglasses, there's like different finishes. Like there's like a gunmetal finish and this and that. And apparently the prop designers for X-Men refinished them. The ones in the movie, you can't actually buy that exact finish.
You have to buy them and then like do your own.
Yeah, you got to modify them.
I gotta get Hal Clay to do the finish on it.
Hal Clay just sprays it with like aluminum spray. He's like, I'm done. So I love it. I wanted the Cyclops. I mean, Jake, let's just go back. X-Men was a big deal when it came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you want these sunglasses?
No, I did not because I don't like Cyclops.
Of course not.
If you know what though, same thing though. Like if this would have happened in middle school, I was all about Oakley. Just like, I think for some reason, every middle schooler wants to own Oakleys.
Even still, I bet.
You bet, yeah.
So, yeah.
It's like their version of a cool car. It's like, man, these are some $300 Oakleys. Don't lose them or you won't be able to come to my house.
I'll tell you what I like is the display cases that have Oakleys in them, like at the store. They're very nice. They've got these like...
Yeah. You just want the case, though, right?
I just want the case.
We went sunglass shopping before Dragon Con this year, and I was like, I want some Oakleys.
I want the case, but it sucks because at the top there's a big Oakley logo.
We just put a no ghost in there.
Yeah.
Yes. Whoa.
Holding a hamburger.
No Oakleys.
All right,
Very cool.
Well, that was good. Jake, you had some stuff on your list, man. What were you...
God, I found
You can go
so
rapid
many,
fire. You can do whatever you want.
I found so many weird ones, and one that's really funny to me is that whenever Bram Stoker's Dracula came out, you know, the one with Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
They made a novelization of it.
Oh, my God.
Like, isn't that silly that, like, this movie is based on one of the, like, most famous and well-known books of all time, but then they made a novelization of the movie based on the book? That's so
Jake,
stupid.
It just dawned on me why that's funny.
Yeah.
Like,
it's so
It's based on like a classic,
Right.
so and then to go and
It's like,
it's so redundant.
Oh, you guys, I just read the novelization of Passion of the Christ. It was amazing.
That's not the Bible.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's just such a silly, like, who... there's a few of these that's just like, who thought of that? Like, very similar. I don't think I even put this on the list, but a very similar thing was that whenever the Street Fighter movie came out, you remember that?
Oh, I know. Yeah. This was on your list, yeah.
Okay, they made a Street Fighter, the movie, the game.
Oh, but it was based on... Dude.
Right. It's like watching Mortal Kombat in theaters, but like, whoa, this would make a good video game.
Yeah. Who stepped in on that and like who okayed that, right?
That's really funny.
Oh
I love
my God,
that.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
The novelization of Dracula. Bram Stoker's Dracula.
That's just so silly to me.
Yeah.
Hey, but I'm looking for it on eBay.
Yeah,
right?
you got
Oh, yeah,
you
we're
got
gonna
to
get it.
buy it.
I want it now.
Got it.
It's weird. I forgot novelizations were still a thing. I was at Books A Million the other day, and they have the novelization for the new Halloween movie. I was like, am I about to read the Halloween book?
It's probably pretty good.
Oh, it's got to be great.
It's got to be good.
Abby,
Yes.
what do you got?
I watched the commercial for this for the Hardy's Ghostbusters 2 Noisemaker. I watched it like 4 times because like at one point the employee in the commercial, like the guy asked what they're gonna do or like why all the people are there, and he's like, chicken sticks. And I literally watched that like so many times because it made me laugh so hard. But yeah, the commercial was just like takes you back. And I need one of those, and I feel like Bobby 80s probably has one. So
Probably got a bunch.
go raid his
I don't
collection.
own any of those. I've never had one of those noisemakers, but a lot of people have them.
Yeah.
That was one of those, like, that's one of those products that when I see it, I just instantly get it. Bobby 80s did have those because as soon as I saw them, it was like I fell into some weird, trance where I just remembered how much I used to love those things.
Yeah.
Well, not only did he have those, he had the sign from the commercial that says Ghostbusters 2 headquarters.
Burger King.
Yeah.
He had a Hardee's operating in his house.
Inside of his house. Oh, sorry, that's Hardy's. Jesus.
He had a cashier. The only thing I have from Hardee's is one of the cups, the Ghostbusters 2 cups.
Yeah.
But again, let's think about this. It's not Wayback Burger bad, but Hardee's isn't really that great of a partnership either.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, he couldn't
land the top 2.
This was Ghostbusters was at the absolute height. I mean, they did. We just got these real Ghostbusters toys. Are these from McDonald's?
Yeah. Those are
Why-
from the
why was
cartoon.
it Hardy?
The real
Yeah.
Ghostbusters? Yeah, they're McDonald's.
Yeah, McDonald's.
Oh, I was at Hardee's.
Oh,
Carl's Jr. Hardee's.
Mm-hmm.
who knows?
Yeah.
Well, I want one of those noisemakers, and yeah, take a second out of your day to go watch those commercials because they're friggin' funny, man.
Exactly.
Cool. I guess I can pick one.
Pick.
But Jake, it's off your list.
Okay.
And I have got a story related to it. So the the Star Wars Nissan Rogue One edition, Nissan Rogue. Have you seen one in person?
I have.
So there's nothing different about them really, other than it just says Rogue One on the panel.
It's nothing you couldn't just do to your own car for $15.
Yeah.
So the door handle fell off my car recently on the driver's side. Jake knows and Abby knows because when I drive them places that they have to open the door for me. But when I'm by myself, I have to climb in through the passenger side and like open the door and then walk around. And I like swung my door open a couple weeks ago and I almost hit the car next to me and I dove and I caught it. And I looked, and it was a Nissan Star Wars Rogue One edition. Oh my God. And I was like, first I was like, what is this? And then I was like, this is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Then, it gets even better. It was voting day a couple weeks ago. We're in line to vote, and the people behind us start making small talk. And they knew who we were by Jake's car for some reason.
Yeah, yes.
They were like, do you have the Jurassic Park car? And I was just like, no, my friend does. And he was like, oh, that's so cool. Yeah, we've got the Rogue One edition Nissan. And in my head, I was like, that's the car I almost hit.
Oh, shit. Oh, God damn it.
So, Jake, I was really happy
that's amazing
that you put this on the list.
I put that on here because it's just such a weird, like, it's just weird for a movie that, you know, has no cars in it.
Yeah, for sure. I was like, what does it blow up at the end?
Promoting a car. And on the line of cars, like I also put on this list that when the Lorax came out, it was promoting a Mazda SUV.
Yeah, I watched
that was like environmentally friendly.
Yeah,
like on message.
The Lorax is promoting like a gas guzzling car. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, doesn't make any sense.
And also, there was controversy because the commercials look like you're watching a trailer for the Lorax, and then this car drives in.
Yeah.
This is way off topic, but you know what else is stupid? Those Harley Davidson edition F-150s. It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's a fucking truck.
Yeah.
Motorcycle edition.
We're just talking vehicle crossovers now.
Yeah, it's a new podcast now.
Cool.
All right. Abby.
Yes.
Whose turn is it? I guess it's Jake's turn.
Yeah, go Jake.
Anybody's.
Just free form.
So whenever Star Wars Revenge of the Sith came out, Virgin Airlines had Star Wars like vomit bags on their airplanes.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
I want one of those.
Yeah.
Yes, I loved these. I don't know why they didn't go with Revenge of the Sick, because that's obviously a missed opportunity.
That's what they should
did
say.
they pass these out in the theater to accompany the movie as well, or was it just on in the air?
Oh my God!
Well, it looks like they're for the
sick bag.
It says Revenge of the Sith. The video. Were they promoting the? This is weird.
Was it the movie or the video game?
It's just weird to put a movie advertisement on a sick bag because if you're using the sick bag,
you have a terrible memory with the
negative
movie.
connotation.
Yeah.
Even if you're looking at the picture, on the bottom of the picture it says air sickness bag limited edition.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Dude, hey, you're right. I gotta.
You want to vomit in this limited edition?
Don't throw up in that one,
dude.
Throw up on the chair.
That one's limited.
That's real. That's real. That's like
That's real stress.
That's real stress. Like,
right
dude,
there.
I was so
that
sick
was
on
the
the
first
plane.
stressed out. Yes, have some podcast listeners.
I didn't want to throw up in my limited edition sick bag.
We should do yes have.
Maybe they only handed those out when they were like, our in-flight film today will be one of the Star Wars prequels. People just start barfing. Oh God. Well, that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. One of my favorite weird tie-ins of all time is at one point in the 90s, Godzilla started doing Nike commercials. Mm-hmm. And there's like a pretty famous commercial where Godzilla like puts on some sunglasses and he is playing basketball against Charles Barkley. And it's weird, but it is the coolest thing ever. And I remember there's a comic book. There's like a Godzilla versus Charles Barkley comic book, which I own. And there were t-shirts and like all kinds of stuff. And I don't know why, but I'm thankful that exists.
Dude, I met Charles Barkley once. I should have got next time I try to meet him.
Dude, you should have asked him how Godzilla is in person.
Dude, what was it like beating him?
Hey Charles, real quick, was his breath bad?
I watched the making of that little like video or commercial, and Charles Barkley says that he was like freaked out of Godzilla when he was little, and I like that.
He was
like scared. Yeah, because they asked him, they're like, hey Charles, are you worried working with Godzilla today?
Are you worried?
Nervous? He's like, no, I'm fine.
Charles, we saw Godzilla in the back. He's very cranky. How do you think you're gonna fare out there? God, I love that. You know what's funny? I might like Charles Barkley more than Jake likes Godzilla.
Oh, really?
Well,
I love basketball. All right.
I like Charles Barkley. He's on Shark Tank.
So he was on Shark Tank. Dude, when Charles Barkley showing up on Shark Tank is the exact same as Charles Barkley showing up on Godzilla for Jake. It's just all worlds colliding in a very positive way. All right, I want to talk about one. Now, this is kind of a movie tie-in, kind of a not movie tie-in because they're action figures. But I want to talk about these Django Unchained figures.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get this out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So, when Django Unchained came out, NECA released these action figures based on the movie. If you look at the packaging and the design of the figures, they're very similar to the
like Hateful Eight ones?
The Hateful Eight figures.
Yeah.
Now, I love them. I wanted them. The day I decided I wanted them was the day they announced that they were all being recalled and banned. Yeah. And I drove to like every game. I knew Toys R Us wasn't probably going to have them, but I was like going to GameStops. I was like calling people trying to order them. They were not to be found. Now, the real question is, should they have made these?
I don't know. It's so weird.
It is.
It just seems like another one of the... So many things on this list seems like things that people just did not think about.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess the whole issue here is that, like, you're buying characters that are slaves. So it's like is that... Like, that's the issue, right?
That is the...
You're buying slaves.
That's the issue. The issue isn't, well, the likenesses aren't great. Let's get them off the show.
It wasn't their soft cloth clothing.
It is weird.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
I feel like
own.
anybody would feel weird buying them.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, it's also like...
It's part of a Quentin Tarantino movie. And
it's a movie like... Yeah. I mean, they're just toys, you know? So I don't know. Like, it's such a... This one is... It's a conundrum.
It is a conundrum.
Yeah.
I don't own them. I don't know if I ever will. They're very expensive. But the fact that they got banned, when something becomes contraband, you're immediately like, as a collector, you're like, oh, now I really want those.
Yeah.
Like, there's a chance I could have seen them at the store and passed. But now that you're telling me I can't
have them, I want them.
Yeah, then you want them.
The other thing is, Quentin Tarantino is one of my favorite directors. I absolutely... Django is like, here's the thing. This is where it's tough for me. Django's an awesome movie. Jamie Foxx is amazing in it. Leonardo DiCaprio is amazing in it. Samuel L. Jackson is amazing. Like, everybody's good in the movie. And when I love a movie and there's action figures, I want them. But I do understand that this is real controversy. This isn't like the mom who... Oh boy.
We got a cat.
A cat just jumped on the
Cat's
computer.
down.
Are we still going? We're going.
Yeah.
I was just attacked. She is not a fan of these figures.
Mm-hmm.
This is not like when the mom at Target is trying to get the Child's Play figures banned. Like, there's a real social discussion to be had about these figures. So the reason I even put these on here is because there was a guy on Mondo Trader this week who has all of the figures signed by all the cast members.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
He got the last one signed by Leonardo DiCaprio at a private event this week.
Fuck.
That is amazing.
Like, that is crazy. So, kudos to that collection. All right, moving down the list. What's next?
Coming up next, mine, I would say the Burger King Wild Wild West sunglasses. There's a commercial for that too, which I enjoyed watching. It was like for $1.99, you could get them along with the Western Whopper, which kind of sounds good right now. Honestly,
They didn't come with the Happy Meal. You had to buy them.
You
separately.
had to buy them separately, but also I thought it was funny because that movie came out in what, like 1999,
something like that.
Something like that. And the Back to the Future solar shades were also $1.99 with purchase back in like 1989.
10 years earlier.
So the Wild Wild West, I guess the quality is not that good, but the commercial's great because like the guy's wearing the glasses and like I think at one point the girl's like, well, what are those? And it's like, well, they're from Wild Wild West, and it's like nobody knows anyways because that movie was terrible. But I kind of want those sunglasses.
Yeah, you know what? They thought it was going to be big.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much merchandise and tie-in stuff for Wild Wild West. Like, they thought, they're like, guys, that
we could do a whole episode.
They should have banned those figures, and then we would have bought them.
The part in the soundtrack or in the song when Will Smith goes, "Who are you going to call? Not the GBs." I lost my mind.
He's talking about me.
Were you mad? Did you get mad?
I didn't get mad, but that was right around the time when Will Smith was rumored to be in a new Ghostbusters, and I was like, it's a sign. He's going to do it.
It's on his... If Yes Have Some had existed back then, that would have been, like, on our fuck budget. We've talked about it.
We should do, like, summer specific year fuck budgets.
Okay.
Like, we should do a summer 2000 fuck budget.
Cool.
Put that on the list.
I'm right.
Wild Wild West is garbage. We all know that.
It's total garbage.
But I actually like Will Smith, and I like Men in Black. So there.
It had the spider, the failed monster spider from the Superman movie in it, like that at the end of it. So,
yeah,
cool.
All right, Jake, you're up. What's next?
I always thought it was well, not always, but I thought it was really funny that the Blair Witch Project had a soundtrack.
Yeah,
there's absolutely zero music in that movie. Like
ambient noise.
It's handheld. They're in the woods the entire time, but there's a soundtrack.
Dude, well, who's on it?
I'm not sure off the top. I don't have like the link for that. I just wrote it down.
I'm gonna look it up.
We're gonna get it.
Look that up.
I want it.
While you're looking that up, I'll talk about another one. There was a comic book adaptation of the Little Shop of Horrors movie, and the weird thing about it is that it has all the songs in it, so it's just word bubbles of like how that's weird. Like not having
there's no dialogue or story.
You're reading the comic of a musical, and it has in the word bubbles written out the lyrics to the songs.
I feel like that's lazy. Like maybe they could have put a story. Yeah,
God, maybe if it came with a record with like a sing along.
Yeah. That's what you'd think. But that's just such a weird fucking thing to come out.
So Abby, guess what the first song on the Blair Witch soundtrack is?
Rob Zombie?
No. Gloomy Sunday.
Oh, is that my song?
I guess.
Is that Billie Holiday?
Well, it's another version of that.
Oh, that's
Lydia Lunch.
Well, that song's existed for a long time.
Will you tell
Look it up.
No,
do we really want to take a super dark turn right now and have some? Yeah, there's a song. It's called Gloomy Sunday. It was based off of
Hungarian.
A Hungarian like dirge, I think. Like the song played at a funeral, and it's like a song that has been. It's been associated with people's suicides specifically. Like that record was left playing in the room where people had like committed suicide, and it was left in like notes and stuff. It's apparently one of the most depressing songs that exists. The tune is like very sad. It's also very beautiful if you look it up. Billie Holiday did a cover of it, and so one of those songs is on Blair Witch. That's interesting.
The first
like
song,
creepy ass story and song. Yeah.
Thank you for that lesson.
You're welcome.
All right, there you go.
Cool.
Gloomy Sunday.
Gloomy Sunday.
Also, it is really depressing song.
It's the holidays, guys.
I don't like listening to that song.
Reach out. That was the other part.
If you need help, don't reach out to us.
Yeah.
Don't reach out. You can't. Also, yeah. Okay, we'll move on.
So let's talk about this Harry Potter vibrating Nimbus 2000.
I love that.
It makes no sense.
Go for it.
Well, when I was writing notes, my first note was no comment.
Did you see the picture I put?
The kid, yes. It's just uncomfortable. I feel like this was marketed to the wrong audience.
You know, it was banned when it came out.
Yeah, it should have been marketed to adult females. It makes no sense.
It is a vibrating wand.
Yeah.
And Mattel made it. God, fucking Maddie Collector.
It makes no sense. But it also makes sense.
Really vibrates.
It really
vibrates. It's like a nice long... It's good. It's a broom.
But the picture of the kid holding it, he looks so uncomfortable.
Yes,
because it's not even the length of a broom. It's the length of something else.
Yeah, it's something else. It's phallic. We can use the word phallic, right?
It's phallic.
Okay, cool.
Hey, I want one.
Me too. Missed opportunity is what I'm saying. This was a missed opportunity.
Hermione. All right. Jake?
Yeah. I mean, let's see. How many of these do we got here?
We're winding down. We're almost
Should we just go
done here.
rapid fire on some of these?
Yeah, go rapid.
Star Wars apples.
Oh, I saw those.
I saw those. I bought Star Wars lettuce too once. It was Last Jedi lettuce.
Yeah. There was all kinds
Jake,
of like
it was bad.
Star Wars like fishing kit, like fishing poles. Like that's weird. That makes no sense. It's weird to me that colognes exist for things like the Avengers and like Star Trek. Like that's just a weird product.
Although I want to smell like Riker.
Yeah, I would do that.
Maybe. There was Little Mermaid fish sticks you could buy.
Fuck, that is fucked up on a lot of levels.
Fucked up, right?
But I also
whoever thought that was a good idea.
Terrible. Like you love the Little Mermaid, right? You want to have a put her in the oven, right? Like what the fuck? That's terrible. I also though going back to Star Wars stuff, I remember buying The Force Awakens had a lot of like CoverGirl crossover like makeup tie-ins. I got some lipstick. I'm not even like a fan of lipstick, but I was like, I need this because I love Rey. So big fan.
Craig, I know you want to talk about this Watchmen product.
Oh, do I? Watchmen condoms.
Ooh.
That are
specifically
Dr. Manhattan condoms.
Blue. Yeah.
Very blue.
Dude, he's a big guy. I mean, I get it. Good for everyone.
Aren't they? He's a big guy. What is the story behind these?
I don't know.
Did they just figure after seeing Watchmen, people were just gonna like need it?
They just thought it was a funny thing.
Yeah.
So it's a condom
because he's naked the whole time.
It says we're society's only protection. Who put these out? I mean, I bought a Stranger Things condom in Las Vegas.
There also was when Seed of Chucky came out. They had promotional Chucky condoms.
Oh, that's exactly. Hey,
which you can get on eBay.
That kid in that movie, that's all the protection I need. I don't want a kid. You don't have to tell me twice. I do want one of these Watchmen condoms because out of everything on this list, that's probably the dumbest thing.
It's
ever.
just the weirdest. Yeah.
I think, maybe for the new series, they'll bring them back. What do you guys think?
Probably not.
Probably not. That's my petition. David Lindelof, please, whatever you do.
Dental dams.
Dental dams. All right. What else, guys? Anything else on this list? Oh, the Nedry. Got to talk about Nedry.
Oh, yeah. We talk about that?
Talk about it.
So when the Kenner Jurassic Park toys came out, there's a Dennis Nedry figure, and it's like the opposite of what Dennis Nedry is. He's like this dinosaur hunting mercenary looking guy with like a gun strapped to him and sunglasses on. Yeah. And it's like, what?
He's very fit.
What
happened? Yeah. He's not a fat dude. He doesn't come with a canister or.
I mean, they probably figured, like, guys, we got to make a Dennis Nedry figure, but no kid wants that figure.
Well, like, I thought I had read at some point that it had something to do with the toys getting made before. Like, sometimes, figures get made or whatever before people are cast or. But it's so weird because the other characters look like they do in the movie.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
Like Grant looks like Grant. They're all
this is when they
wearing
thought
the same costumes.
This
so
is when they thought Kevin Costner was going to be in Jurassic Park.
It's just such a weird choice. I don't know.
I want to talk, and this isn't a movie, but this was a big deal for me when I was a kid. The Simpsons house.
Okay.
Did you guys see this?
I read about this and it made me laugh.
Oh.
So, Jake, the link's on the list if you want to look at it. But basically, as a promotion, they, in the mid-90s, gave away a screen-accurate Simpsons house.
Whoa, I'm looking at it right now.
the interior and exterior was identical to the house from The Simpsons, and they did it as a way to attract attention and get people watching.
But they did it in like a regular neighborhood.
Yeah.
And the winner rejected it, which is like the best thing ever.
They did this big thing, and they built it in a regular neighborhood where all the houses look normal, and then there's just a fucking Simpsons house. And the lady who won it didn't want it. So she just took it.
But why didn't she want it?
Well, I think she just entered the sweepstakes, and then, like, she didn't live there.
You have to move in order to win. When you win, it's like, hey, you're also moving, which to me is the worst gift ever.
But couldn't you just be like, oh, cool, I own this house now, I'm just going to sell it?
Well, she took money, which was $75,000, which the article said is way less than the house was probably worth. Mm-hmm. But then the house sat dormant, and somebody bought it, and then they just changed it. They just painted it and changed the whole house to look like a regular house.
Oh, that sucks.
When I read about this as a kid, I was like, I went and told my parents immediately. I was like, oh, they're not going to believe this.
Yes.
Dude,
my parents like houses.
I'm looking at pictures of it right now, of the inside.
Yeah.
And it looks almost unlivable because even though it does look exactly like The Simpsons,
right,
that means everything is like... Weird. Everything looks fake. The pictures are hanging at a weird angle. Whenever you get down to a picture of like
I see what
maybe
you're saying.
This is Lisa's room or something, and there's a
mirror.
There's like that's a fake mirror. There's like a dresser. There's a dresser there.
Oh my god!
Those drawers do not open. That is all fake.
Right.
How can you actually live in there,
dude? What I'm about to say is not going to surprise you guys. This should be a scare zone or a haunted house. That's what they should have done with this place. Like, it's not an actual place. You can't live there. Like,
wait,
that doesn't.
A treehouse of horror scare zone would actually be very good. Just putting
that would be cool. Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's a cool walkthrough or like tour destination, but I wouldn't be able to live in that.
What you do is if you win this house, you just start charging people to come look at it.
Well, that's what they were saying. Is the homeowners association was getting mad because fans kept like showing up and just touring and taking pictures.
I would.
Yeah.
But anyways, to me, the dream of bringing something from a cartoon and putting it in our reality is so cool. That's why I was a kid. I was just obsessed. I wanted a live-action Jetsons movie more than anything. I bet live-action Jetsons movie is a more Googled search term than Ghostbusters 3 for me. I still search it.
Or could Jurassic Park 3 or
let's see what's going on. Because there was anyways, I thought the Simpsons house was really cool. It's very sad that it doesn't exist.
Where's this house at? Like, is it there as a regular house now?
Yeah.
Like, if you go to this house, it still looks like a Simpsons house from the outside. Like, it's shaped the same, right?
It looks like it's in Arizona or Nevada. I mean, it's out west.
Should find it.
Oh, it's Nevada. Oh, it's by my parents' house. Let's go find it.
Let's go. I want to do like a lock-in or something. Do a tour. Do a podcast.
Well, cool. Let me go through the list here and see if there's anything else we want to do. Oh, the last thing. This is the first thing on the list. I forgot to talk about it. These countdown clocks.
Oh, okay.
These are promotional items that were specifically for Armageddon and Independence Day. And I don't know where you would have gotten these, but they're countdown clocks. Countdown to Armageddon. But I like the Independence Day one more. It's
I do
cool
too.
Looking.
That's what my main thought after looking at these was where do you even get these? And I liked like
they're weird. Yeah, they're weird, but I want them.
I definitely want them. I love watches like from movies. I have a Back to the Future watch. I've got, well, if I go through the whole list, I got a lot of them. Jurassic Park.
But these are kind of weird because it's just like the implication is that it's a countdown.
And we're all
to
gonna die. Yeah.
The end of the world.
Dude, it's kind of dark. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, I forgot to talk about one more thing.
Yeah?
This mac and cheese commercial.
I loved watching this.
So, this isn't even old. This is from 2014, this Ninja Turtles mac and cheese commercial with Vanilla Ice. Have you seen it?
Oh, yeah. I forgot when these came out.
Mm-hmm.
So, to describe the commercial, we'll end on this note. Vanilla Ice works at the store.
He's actually just working a shift.
Yeah, he actually
just filmed while he was working.
Oh, cool. Did you guys hear Vanilla Ice works at the Kroger in Florida? Let's go film him.
Okay.
So he's stocking all the mac and cheese, and he's, of course, just singing the ninja rap. He's going, go ninja, go ninja, go.
Go.
Then this mom walks up with her kid and sees that it's Vanilla Ice.
And she's like, woo!
She gets very horny at this point.
Immediately.
Extremely turned on.
She's like, ooh.
The kid is annoyed. He's like, that's not my father.
Yeah. And she's like, I hope he's got his bow staff on him. Because these nunchucks, literally, this mom is so ready.
She's ready to go.
So she starts going, go ninja, go ninja, go.
They like lock eyes and they're doing it together.
Meanwhile, the kid is like, can we get the fuck out? Oh, first of all, this store has more mac and cheese than any store.
Yeah.
It's an entire mac and cheese aisle.
Dude, that's because I think it's Vanilla Ice actually working and he's just very bad at stalking.
Yeah. They're like, Rob Van, what's your face?
Van Winkle about his stalking style.
Listen, we know you had a couple hits back in the early 90s. Hell, that ninja rap was fun. But we're going to have to let you go. Because you keep having sex with moms.
And you keep stocking all the shelves with mac and cheese.
What this commercial is implying is that girls who were of our age bracket, that were like 7 in 1992, have grown up fantasizing about Vanilla Ice and are now suburban housewives who just want to reclaim the glory days of the ninja rap. That's what I get out of this.
Not true.
Is that not true?
I don't think it's true.
Did
we all saw Behind the Music on Vanilla Ice. Like, we all know. I'm not turned on by that anymore.
I suggest anybody who has not seen this to please go watch this commercial.
Go watch it.
And I love that it was only... This is from like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Just the look the mom gives him is...
I want you to look at me like that.
That's not acting. God. Well, I'm glad we could end on that note. This was fun. We could probably do a bunch of these.
I want some mac and cheese.
Me too. Actually, I hate mac and cheese that's shaped anything other than like a noodle.
I remember those growing up.
It's very distracting.
I looked it up. There's actually some E.T. mac and cheese from 2002 that comes with a collectible figure. So.
Oh, man. Hey. It comes with a walkie-talkie instead of a gun.
Very cool.
Well, listen, this was fun. I really enjoy talking about this stuff. If you want to check out Yes Have Some Podcasts on social media, make sure you're heading over to Instagram and Twitter at YHS Podcast. And then, of course, Facebook.com/YesHaveSomeCast and YouTube.com. Search Yes Have Some. We got all our new videos.
People are searching already. I think people know about us.
Thank you guys for all of our
Thanks, Dan Aykroyd.
Thanks, Dan Aykroyd, for all of our new YouTube subscribers. When Dan Aykroyd opens his mouth, Yes Have Some's on the case.
Whew.
That's going to be 2019 in a nutshell for us.
Finger on the pulse.
It's going to be us chasing down Dan, hoping for some sort of soundbite. Mm-hmm. That's what it's going to be. Mm-hmm. So you can find us on social media. Make sure if you are listening to Yes Have Some that you are subscribing through iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts. We're also on Spotify. And please make sure that you are leaving a 5-star review. Those reviews help us a lot. Mm-hmm. We've got some new ones in lately.
Thank you.
Go to iTunes. It literally takes... Jake, how long does it take?
2 seconds.
Literally 2 seconds. Look, wait. Yeah. That could have been one. That could have been another one.
We just got one.
There's a review.
There's another one.
Ding, ding, ding.
5 more stars.
And listen, we really appreciate everybody. We had a lot of fun this week. And we're going to be back next week. We're supposed to be getting this Avengers trailer in the next couple days. So maybe that'll happen and we can talk about that.
Very cool.
Cool.
Any predictions on what it's going to be called?
No.
Avengers Forever?
Oh, you know what? That's probably what it's
Avengers for the Caters?
Okay.
Probably not.
I'm still mad about Guardians of the Galaxy and James Gunn, so I'm just having a hard time getting excited.
Oh, the rumor is that the guy who directed Bumblebee is going to do the new Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, fuck everybody!
Oh, cool.
Abby quits the podcast!
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Done.
Bye.
All right. Bye, guys.
God damn it.